Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And I'm your host, Frank the Bank Cotto. 13 years on the air here on 970. We want to thank all of our loyal listeners. I know some of you guys will text me on the weekends when you guys are listening to the show, and that's just fine. We definitely appreciate it. But what we want you to do is listen to the show and send us some business, because Senia and I are here to make money and have fun on the radio. And speaking of making money, we have two money makers on the show today. You guys are in for a treat because you have two mortgage guys and two real estate gals on one radio show. I don't even know if this is legal, but we're going to make it through this today. I want to introduce first Senia, my co-host. Welcome back to the show.
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, good. Always nice to be here.
Yes.
And I'm excited. Yes.
This is great, huh? I don't think have we ever had two mortgage and two real estate at the same time? I don't think so.
I don't know,
once.
but
This is
going
gonna
to
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are having a little fun. If you guys, by the way, if you guys want to hear all the before the scenes stuff, you just got to watch Instagram and follow us on there, or Facebook. We like to put it on the lives, and we're usually talking about some crazy stuff. You get to hear the bad stuff before the show happens. So you want to tune in every Tuesday around 11, maybe 11:05, and you'll get to pick up on some of the crazy stuff before we go on air. And then we can't say any of that bad stuff anymore. We get all kinds of trouble. Berlander just comes in here and beats us if we start using four-letter words and stuff. But that's okay. It's going to be a great show. Welcome to the studio, Summer Baker. How are you doing today?
I am great. Glad to be here.
And I heard it's something. It's your first time on radio?
It is.
Oh, man. You are in for
I
it today.
know.
This is going to be so hard. It's going to be so
nervous.
scary.
It's like a test.
Well, you already passed it. Like,
Okay.
you showed up and you put
here.
the earphones on.
It's fine.
So.
I'm here.
Yeah, and you sound good. Everything's working good. I told Summer, I said, just talk into the mic, Summer, is all you got to do.
Get really close.
Exactly. Be friends with the microphone.
Yes.
That's it. And your better half over here, Mr. Abel Carrasco. How are you doing, Abel?
Doing very well. I wouldn't say that I'm the better half, but
That's true.
I'll take it, you know.
Just the half.
Yeah, just the half.
I'll settle for the half.
we brought the half in here. But you two are a dynamic duo, right? We were kind of joking, and I asked them, I said, later on in the show, is it okay if I kind of figure out how you guys met? And they're like, real estate. So I've given it up, but I'm sure there's probably some story behind this. So we're going to learn about you guys. Some really fun things going on in the show. So Abel's been with Lincoln now since the beginning of the year. He's got a lot of experience in mortgages for many years. Summer's been in the real estate industry longer than a decade. Actually, Summer and I found out through the introduction through Abel that we have met. And probably 10 years ago at some point. And neither one of us knew it until we both had each other in our cell phones. So, Summer, I commend you, number one, for not deleting your contacts.
I know. Lender Frank, he was there.
and Summer was in my phone as Z Summer Agent, right? And people think I'm crazy, but I used to, Cindy will laugh at me about this, but I used to save people that were business contacts differently in my phone because I had this bright idea, like, I'll put all my business people with the letter Z in front.
So you can find them.
Yeah. Until you start texting them
Right.
and stuff later down the road, and your phone like stops and it picks up the Z. And then it's like, I'm sending you a text like, Z Summer, what's up? And you're like, what is wrong with you? Anyway, so I don't do that anymore. But that shows me how long your number has been in my phone. So I know you've been doing real estate for a very long time. So we're going to have a great show today. Couple exciting things. So we're on Instagram Live right now, Facebook Live. A lot of you are picking us up on Tuesdays as normal. But if you're listening on Saturday or Sunday morning on the actual radio or a podcast by chance on iHeartRadio, which you can find us on all of them, like and share, please. It's Memorial Weekend coming up. And kids are out of school, or at least a lot of them are. Sen, You got kids
I got
like
an
me.
extra week.
You got one more week? What do you mean? Your kids go to school after Memorial Day?
Yes. I know. I was looking at that. I'm like, oh, what a bummer for these kids. So they get Monday off and then,
It's so
the
weird.
straggler 4 days. Yeah.
Who decides this?
It gets you prepared.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it gets like a parent prepared, right?
Is that?
Maybe.
Listen, I don't mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not quite ready for summer to start.
Stay there
Because
just a
that's the
little
official
longer.
start of summer,
Yeah.
right? When kids get out.
Yeah.
I guess it is. I mean, I don't know what the legal start of summer is, but I
Well,
will
for
tell
me,
you
that's
this.
when it starts.
Yeah. The calendar doesn't matter.
No. You know what? How I know? When I walk to my car and I have to wring my shirt out by the
Yeah.
time, which I feel like just happened this week. Am I crazy?
No, you're not
No.
crazy. Oh my gosh, it's so hot out.
It is so dang hot outside. It's
I
ridiculous.
refer to that as a 2-shirt season.
2-shirt season.
Carry an extra shirt in the car because by the time you park, get out of your car,
That's
walk
it.
to where you're going.
Now, aren't the
Time for a
two
new
of you across the bridge in Pinellas? You
Yes.
guys are over there, right? So I consider where you live no shirt season,
That's fair.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, summer probably legally you should have
I
a
mean,
shirt
yeah,
on. But I'm
probably.
just saying. But,
Most days.
I mean, Abel and I mean, short of getting sweat on our leather, I mean, I don't know why we wear shirts when we're over there. No idea.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
It does. 2-shirt season. So happy summer to all of you parents who the kids are out. Sucks for you, for all the ones like Senia who have to go 4 more days next week. But it is going to be exciting. I think it's going to be a busy summer for us. I do hope, at least, because I know Summer, you've got some listings, and I'm sure you do. I have a listing, and I'm that dangerous guy now who's trying to sell his own house for full price. Just letting you guys know that's what I want. Anyway,
No low balls. I know what I have.
Abel,
You turned into that guy.
I am that guy. But is that a bad thing? I don't know.
I think
I'll
every
defer to the
seller
agents
gets there.
on the
That's true.
on the show.
I mean, we did that too. We sold our house last year and did
Okay.
the exact same thing.
Even as
So,
agents, like
yeah.
I say, you always got to hire somebody.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
do your best to listen
Yeah,
to your
it's
agent.
more
not to
offensive.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like offended.
So
I'm going to listen to me.
Summer is speaking my language right now. So Summer, how did it go when we'll go back to the fun stuff because now we're already talking about
Yeah.
real estate. How did it go when you guys sold your house? How did you feel? Were you that seller that I am right now, or it's like
Oh, yeah.
I know what I've got?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, Abel's the same. He even though he doesn't have a real estate license, he was right in there.
That's
in
by design, by the
negotiations
way.
too. Yeah.
I don't want to have to go open doors or
No.
meet inspectors.
Yeah.
No, but you can do all the financing.
Yeah.
I can.
Which
Do all
is
the phone calls.
kind of important.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
is important.
Not for nothing. Without you, there is no you, and without
This
you,
is
there's
true.
no you. So
This is
anyway,
true.
so did you guys? So you kind of knew what you had, and
Yes.
and did you hold out?
Yep.
And how did that work out?
I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, the thing is, we purchased that property during the height of COVID. It was like COVID mania, right? So that was actually probably the 10th offer that we had written on a property.
But Abel
Was
loves
that
to tell
house.
the story that he found the house off
I
market.
did.
Not the realtor wife, but Abel found it off market for us. So he will tell everybody who will listen.
I did because it
He
was,
found that
it
property.
was, it
There's
was
like
one of those
10,000 people right now.
it was like one of those business deals where I'm like, hey, we went and looked at a property and did one of those where you walk in, you open the front door, you're like, yeah, no. Close
Yeah.
the door and leave.
Yep.
And we're driving back and I see a couple houses under construction nearby. And I'm like, okay, there's no sign out front or anything. So, of course, back in front of my computer, pulling up the tax record. Who owns this house? What's that LLC? I was like, wait a minute, I know that LLC.
Yeah?
I was like, wait, I know that guy. I was like, I know his realtor.
Oh.
Hey, Greg. I see your builder's putting up a couple houses over here in St. Pete. What's the deal? Oh, I haven't listed them yet because, I don't want to take phone calls until they're done because, we don't know when they're going to be done.
Yeah.
What does he want? Lock
No
it
more
up.
phone calls.
Yeah.
We are the last one.
Oh,
So,
no way.
Yeah.
Okay, now did you guys buy the house before you sold your other house?
No.
No.
No. So you actually
We were
you timed it.
transient for a couple of months.
Transient.
We thought
Yeah,
we
we
thought
were
we would be
home.
transient for a couple of weeks. We're like, okay, yeah, we got a great offer on our other house.
Yeah.
That was a remodel. Ended up flipping it, but that was
Yeah.
because of the dog.
Right.
Okay. Summer had this little old dog that she had since she was in high school,
Oh.
and it was like a 3-story townhouse out on St. Pete Beach. Beautiful property. Gut job renovation.
Yeah.
We almost got divorced over it.
Before we
And,
got married.
Oh. Hey, that would have been a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it
I'm
would
sure.
have been. Yeah.
But we renovated this property, moved into it, and her dog went blind somewhere in the time that we bought, renovated it, and moved in.
Oh.
So now I'm carrying this 40-pound dog up and down 2 flights of stairs 4
7
times a
day.
day.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is not going to work. This is not conducive to anyone's mental health.
No.
Right. So we were like, well, actually, let's look at the comps. Actually, we can flip this. So we did. We get like a full price cash offer. Guy bought our furniture.
No
we're like,
way.
great. We'll find a property in a couple of weeks, no problem.
Yeah.
That turned into like 4 months of us like
Oh no.
being transient, being like in a, beach rental for a couple of months and sharing a bathroom, and that was not a good time.
No.
Oh God, Summer, I feel your pain.
No.
On that.
Mm-mm.
So I've had to share a bathroom with him in the office before,
Yeah.
so I know.
It's dangerous.
No, okay. So in the end, you know, did you hold firm on the sale of your house? I mean, did you get what you wanted and everything?
Close to it. I mean,
Close to it.
we did buy in the height of the market, but thanks to Abel and him finding our house off market, I mean, we at least got a quote unquote deal on it at a crazy time in the market.
Because
So
we weren't having to
still-
outbid anyone.
Yeah, we
So
still.
we technically didn't overpay for it like anybody else
Yeah.
would be at that time.
So we did well. Long story short, we did okay, and
Okay.
yeah,
Okay is okay.
it was okay.
There you go. So for all you guys, my house is still listed, and here's the thing: as a seller, Sen's gonna beat me up for this, but I'm the typical seller. Like, I know what I have. I've put the blood, sweat, and tears. There is nothing that needs to be fixed in this house. It is walk into 3/4 of a fenced acre in Odessa, race car garage, everything you can imagine, man cave. Maybe the pool table will come
It
with
is
you guys.
perfect.
Thank
It
you.
is perfect.
Did you look?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm on MLS right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have a buyer.
Oh, well, in that case, the house is sold.
Nope,
it
it's
is off
off.
the market.
Gone.
It is done. You guys have a chance to go highest and best tonight, but you got to send it in. Summer will put that in front of you. And yeah, we got this covered. Anyway, we'll be back in the business happy hour in just a minute. And when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about what everybody's going to do for the summer. Summer. How ironic is it? We have Summer on, starting the summer. I know. I'm hilarious today. And Summer just introduced us to something called a rot day, which I've never heard of it. Neither has Sen, or she just heard about it the other day. So when we get back from the break, we're going to find out what the heck is a rot day, and maybe we had one last weekend. And then we're going to talk about some summer vacations, maybe Easter Island, and then we're going to get into some real estate and mortgages on the Business Happy Hour. So stay tuned to hear more from Summer Baker. By the way, it's Summer at summersellsflorida.com. We'll be back in just a minute with Summer and Abel. Stay tuned. All right, 30 seconds. How'd you do? You did great. That's how you did. That was easy?
Yeah.
All right, perfect, right? No stress?
Not that bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Not bad at all.
You do have a radio voice, though.
He,
It's like very
who, me?
Abel.
He
Well, you
does,
do
yeah.
too, but
No, Mabel has a great
I just never
radio.
heard him, and I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, hey.
Hey.
When I was a kid, I thought I would be on 98 Rock. That's what I wanted to do, is be like the rock station DJ.
Dude, James.
Never too late.
They are. James, can we bring him over to that studio?
If you guys are listening, here's my demo.
Let's get him over
Tampa
there.
Bay's rock station, 98 Rock.
That wasn't bad. James, we need some background music for that. Let's bring him down to the studio afterwards, and we'll get a picture by the 98 Rock sign. There we go. You're like, Abel, look, you lived your dream today. You can even sit in the seat and everything. All right, fire us away. We're having fun.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and Senia Kishina.
All right, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We are having too much fun. We already got completely off topic. Senia is going to bring us back into topic. Don't forget, we do mortgages over here. Lincoln Lending Group wants to help you guys out. Abel will be talking a little bit later about some of the mortgage products that he likes to sell. But you can go to I'll make it easy. You can go to 813mortgage.com and just click on the pictures. And yes, Abel, your link is getting fixed, by the way. Abel has a
Fantastic.
ass new landing page. And so instead of going to his application page, his picture is going to bring you to his awesome landing page, hopefully by the end of today. But in the meantime, if you are looking for a mortgage, my man Abel will get you taken care of. He is, what did you say earlier? You're old school, you're organic. What are you? What did you say?
I'm kind of all of those things. I'm kind of a Luddite when it comes to technology. Like, I don't do the ChatGPT. I've watched too many sci-fi movies as a kid to put too much credence into technology and the machines. I mean, like, have you seen Terminator?
Yeah.
I mean, hello. What could go wrong, right?
I just
The
made
Matrix.
my son watch Terminator 2 the other day. And he's like, whoa, Dad. He goes, I think this Cyberdyne thing is actually AI. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you think? I was like, why do you think I made you watch it? Anyway, your phone number. What's the number if you want him to call you?
813-784-8615.
That's it, 784-8615. And you can also find him on the Lincoln Lending Group webpage anytime with all of his contact information to make it easy. Sen does stats every week, and we're going to talk a little bit about summer fun real quick. We're going to learn about a rot day, and then I think we'll get into some stats. And then in the next segment, we're going to learn all about summer. But in the meantime, if you guys need to buy a house for summer, Buy one from summer.
That was good.
That was good. That was good. And by the way, I listed my house when I did because it's the summer buying season. So all you buyers out there, I know you got to move in the summer, and I know what I have. So if you want what I have, you just got to make an offer on it, and it needs to be a lot closer to the listing price if you want Frank to sell it, because Frank the bank doesn't have a mortgage.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Right? 15306 Lake Marine. I know my wife's going to kill me. She's like, stop giving my address. I was like, your house is listed on public records. Like, everybody sees it. Summer saw it in MLS. I'm like, I don't think I can hide this. So anyway, yeah. So summer at summersellsflorida.com. Very easy. Buy your house for summer from summer. Let's see here. A rot day. Summer. So Sim and I were talking about how we didn't really do much this weekend. And you
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say. Oh, I didn't do anything. That's right. It was me and Summer.
Let's hear
that did
about
the
rot
rot
day, and then I'll tell you about my non-rot days.
Oh, let's go. Okay, what the heck is a rot day?
Sometimes you just need to sit and do nothing, especially in real estate world. Things are crazy. Your phone's always ringing. I think I learned rot day is not a new term to me, but I'm pretty sure I heard the rot spot from my teammate Alexa, like the part in the couch that is like worn because you sit there, and the blanket that probably needs washed because you just cover up with it every day and you have no idea the last time it was like in the washer.
Yes.
So I sat and rotted in my rot spot for like an entire day this weekend.
Summer, why don't you tell them what you like to watch?
What do you watch, Summer?
Abel calls it brain rot. But
boy.
I like, again, with like being overly stimulated during the workday, like there's nothing I love more than like a good TLC, 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup. Like those are my jam.
I can't stand them. It hurts my brain.
Abel will walk up like the stairs and just cringe and like go into the bedroom and just be angry about it.
Listening to the people on those shows makes me
brain rot.
visibly angry.
Yeah, like I rot in every sense of that word. Like it's truly the
Brain
best.
rot, couch rot spot, you name it.
So I'm glad we all have these things within
Yeah.
our marriages, and I'm sure you've got something.
Oh, it's the
right?
same, yeah, with the brain rot. I just didn't have a term for it, but yeah, Love is
Yeah.
Blind is my thing.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
is Blind.
Yeah,
Is that
me
the one where it's
too.
dark?
Oh, no, they're in the pods.
They're in the pods and they don't
Oh.
get to see each other.
And then they get
But
married.
yeah, Maurice hates it. He's like, how do you watch this?
It's so good.
And he has to just leave the room.
Oh, it's so
You,
good.
you have to realize that all of the air quotes reality TV is all
Okay.
scripted anyway.
I don't
Okay.
care.
Like
Yeah.
none of it is real.
I don't
All
care.
these-
I don't know what's gonna happen.
They're all
Still
actors.
entertaining.
Bro, you just got like stabbed from both sides, by the
Yeah.
way. Like Abel has. You guys hear that? Like I heard it, James. He just literally got taken down. So mine. Okay, I don't know. I like the scientific stuff. Sometimes I sit down and like my brain, which is weird because my brain really probably should shut off, but then it gets like goes into like how many dimensions do we have? And I'm like, okay.
Oh, like Ancient Aliens. Catch that show on
Oh my
Netflix.
God.
The
Gosh.
best show ever. That dude with the hair, like best show ever.
Aliens.
Aliens. No, so here's my wife's. And this, I think, raises my stress level. And she knows it, and she's listening right now. Is every time I come home and she has like Bahamas Life on or Flip This House or this and this, and I'm like, for the love of God.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Right, Summer?
No, I can't do like the Selling Sunset or whatever.
No.
But I will say that Abel calls this a genre that I like, real estate horror. Like the open house where like something crazy happens at the open house. That's a thing. Like
Yes.
I wish they had a Netflix like title for that.
So that's like our joint decompress time in the evenings is we'll find like a scary movie or a horror movie to watch on Netflix or Prime or what have you.
Okay.
Be like, oh, this looks good. So we start watching it. It's like, oh, here comes the realtor to open the door and there's like a serial killer in the basement. And I'm like, here we go.
can never get away
another real
from work.
estate horror show.
No, but that's my thing. When I've gone through all this daily stress of all the real estate up and downs, and then I walk in my house and I hear real estate on the TV, and this is how much this is going to cost, and this is, I'm just like, for the love of God, turn off real estate.
I know.
Like, which, by the way, right now we want to talk real estate, so you guys are welcome to go to
I'll give you a quick story. I'm
Go,
not going to
please.
mention any names or mention any shows, but I may or may not have been on an episode of a real estate show,
No way.
which included a buyer consultation with a buyer that was looking for a property. And that buyer was an actress. And the properties that they were looking at
We're not even
were
listening.
Airbnbs,
Come on.
completely staged. Again,
Come
I may or
on.
may not have been on a show, or I may have heard about it, but I can just tell you from
Fake.
personal or
Well,
secondhand
that's why you're not a
experience.
fan of the
Yeah.
reality shows.
Yeah.
Reality.
It's totally phony baloney.
Well, the numbers are phony baloney. I'm sorry, but when I see these like flip this house stuff, and I'm like, and you guys flip houses, we flip houses. I'm like, this is killing me, dude. Like, this is just not
Do like
reality.
a $250,000 remodel in 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they make $800,000 on it, and you're like, no, you didn't.
There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
Oh God.
Only in Hollywood.
Only in Hollywood. So only a minute left in the segment. We'll do some of our stats, I think, because we do have April to April stats from
Yes.
Sen, which is going to be exciting because we're kind of waiting to see what the heck's going to happen when we get back. And don't forget, if you do need a great real estate agent, obviously call Sen at
813-755-REAL.
that's it, or you go to summer at summersellsflorida.com to find your summer home, and she's going to show you this beautiful house in Odessa. I am sure of it. And Summer, you have a listing too. Did you want to mention the address?
I do. I have a really great listing. It's 5351 Bridge Street, number 19, directly on Tampa Bay. It's a 3.5 townhouse. Beautiful, amazing updates. California closets throughout. Outdoor kitchen on the rooftop terrace.
Ooh.
It's incredible.
All right, we're going to mention that one again when we get back because it has a rooftop terrace.
Yes, it
on
does,
the
for the
bay.
summer.
For the summer, from Summer. Summer at summersellsflorida.com. We'll be back in the Business Happy Hour in just a minute. Stay tuned. That's half of the show.
Yay.
Boom.
Already?
That's my dream,
Already?
rooftop terrace.
Yeah.
It can be
Sounds
yours.
Really cool.
It can
Oh,
be.
I wish.
Like, if we didn't just buy a brand new house, I would be about that townhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
It's dreamy.
Now, how much is that thing?
1365.
Okay. We're going to say that when we get back, and then I'm going to compare it to what you
Yeah,
can
Frank
have in
could
Odessa.
have it. I can't.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? I'll be like, hey, listen, townhouse and house living, they're different.
Maybe next year.
year. Yeah, I don't know. Next year we might be selling my new house. No, I don't know. I think the market's going to be just fine. I'm being positive over here.
Where are you going?
Lake Magdalene.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be nice.
Yeah.
I've never lived on a lake before.
Yeah,
so
cool. That's super cool.
That will be exciting.
Yeah.
I have a terrace over the lake, I guess I could say.
To
you know?
enjoy your summer.
We almost bought a house.
Yes.
Yeah, we almost bought a house over there.
Ready, James? All right, we're ready to fire.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We're having a lot of fun with Abel and Summer, the dynamic real estate and mortgage duo, Lincoln Lending Group and the Summer Baker team at Remax Champions, right? Did I say that
Yes.
right? All right. And you can always reach Summer at summersellsflorida.com. And it's the summer. By the way, guys, I have to remember one more time to say it. It is Memorial Day weekend, so I do want to take a quick moment of silence for everyone who gave everything for our country. I know a lot of us have people in the military, family, friends. Everybody knows somebody who has sacrificed everything, and that is what we celebrate on Monday. It's not just a day of hot dogs and hamburgers. It is a day to actually remember those who gave everything, and it is the unofficial start of summer. So if you're in summer, if you're having a good summer, let's celebrate Memorial Day. Quick moment of silence for all who gave it all. So happy Memorial Day to all of you guys and veterans. We want to say we always do a special thing for our veterans, and I know Abel loves his veterans as well. We do have the VA guarantee at Lincoln Lending Group. It's an appropriate time to mention it. Abel will beat any written estimate for any veteran anytime. And he's like, what? I'm like, yes, we will any day. And I will help Abel do that. So if you are a veteran and you would like the best deal in town, I do encourage you to give Abel a call. Find him on the Lincoln Lending Group website or call him at 813-784-8615. And I will mention this real quick because I do want to get into the stats and then talk about Summer's story in real estate, is we have a special program. Have you had the opportunity to give anybody that 1% free buy down yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I did because we have had 3 clients last week that did it, and 2 of them I'm going to give it to this afternoon. Basically, anybody through June 30th on an FHA, VA, or conventional purchase loan can get a free 1% off of their interest rate for the first year. And that usually gives them about 3 to 5 years to be able to refinance and still save money. So if you believe the rates are going to drop anytime in the next 3 to 5 years, you could qualify. Let's say you're getting 6.25% right now. We're going to give you 5.25% on your 30-year fixed mortgage for the first year. It will save a ton of money on your mortgage and gives you a long runway to be able to refi. Because if you're going to refi either way when rates drop, you might as well start with 1 point off your interest rate. And Abel can offer this, and I'll make sure he gets you guys the best pricing on that. So just reach out to him, and we'll get you guys that 1%. And Summer and Sen, that's for your clients as well.
Yes,
course.
that's a good deal.
It is
Yeah,
a
it is.
really, really good deal. So there'll be 5 of those that we've locked probably by the end of today. And I can't find anybody who would say no to a free 1% off your rate. So Sen does the stats every week, and we always get excited when we have the new ones. And what she does is compare last year, 2025 numbers to this year, 2026. And I heard that April just came out.
It did, yes. I was excited that they were already available.
All right.
So since this is already going so fast, and I always feel there's not enough time because I'd really love to banter with you a bit, just, agent to agent.
Please.
But, well, let's do the stats, and then, maybe we'll chat a little bit more. But for closed sales, so those are still lagging behind a little bit year over year. So in Hillsborough, we were down by 2%. Pinellas was actually up by almost 4%, and Pasco was down by almost 14%.
All right.
Yes. So, but that's okay. Because the positive that I see in here is that new pending sales were actually up by almost 10% in both Hillsborough and Pinellas County.
Whoa.
So I do think that, since the last couple months, it was a little bit down in activity. I think this is a good signal that hopefully when we get our May numbers for closings that we're going to, get back on track for a busier summer.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, overall, though, still inventory supply is also down year over year. Median sale price, though, that's not down. It's up by almost 1% in Hillsborough, up by 1% in Pinellas. Average sale price is up by almost 4% in Hillsborough and almost 14% in Pinellas County. So that's good news.
Oh, so you mean if you're a seller that the market is actually going up in sales price and list price?
And this is the thing that I wish we had a whole show just dedicated to this because I do feel like the market is, I don't know what to call it right now.
Yeah, it's like pre-summer.
It's like pre-summer, but it's not. It's just a weird market because both buyers are hesitant and I think sellers are hesitant, which we're seeing in our inventory.
Yeah.
Like the fact that those numbers are declining. But I mean, I get it. Sellers also typically have to go buy their next home. So if they're rate locked and they're like, hey, I'm having to pay double, to move. So I see that.
Yeah.
But the way out that I also see is if things do improve, maybe we get our, interest rate drop, something happens with taxes and insurance, that I think this will spur activity for both.
Right.
Which is what we need to really just get things back to normal. Like, I don't remember the
Balance.
last time we had just a very normal, balanced market where, both buyers and sellers, were not pressured. And it was just, more enjoyable time to,
Buy and sell. Yeah.
What's your take on that, Summer?
I agree. It's interesting to hear prices are up, but I don't know if you do days on market too, because those are, that would be interesting to compare.
I'd love to hear that.
As well.
So days on market. So in Hillsborough County, median time to contract is 34 days and 35 days in Pinellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you see? And because somewhere before the show, she said something that Cindy and I jive with 100%, and that's hyper local. You kind of use that word, and we believe that as well. So I mean, where you are, I know you're on the other side of the bridge, but you sell everywhere. And I know in Tampa and Pinellas. What are you feeling on days on market? What are you seeing?
Well, yeah, I literally said to you, don't ask me stats because they're so skewed in my mind. I mean, Carrollwood, I think, is exploding right now. If there's a popular price point, a pool home that's cute and updated and priced right, I'm seeing multiple offers. We had a bidding war. Abel, a buyer wrote 4 offers, and they were constantly being outbid to cash, which was weird. I mean, that was what we saw in COVID.
Wow. What price point was that, if you mind me asking?
Like 700 price point.
Okay.
Same with St. Pete. That's happening there. South Tampa as well, single family homes. But then, if you have a townhouse or condo, I don't think those are going as well. They're taking a little bit longer to sell. So it's just, I mean, it's
a
so
little
hard.
caveat. We only do this for single family homes. Yeah,
Got
because
it.
condo market.
Yeah, it's just, and it's so hard. You know, when you're talking about Hillsborough, you could be talking about Apollo Beach, or we could be talking about South Tampa.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just so hard to talk about that as a whole.
Yeah.
What's your favorite neighborhood to sell in? Where do you focus?
I say we work an hour radius of the airport, and we truly do. I would say 10 years ago, we did a lot of South Tampa, St. Pete. I would say that a lot of the average person can't afford to be in those markets so much anymore. So we actually have expanded a lot. I do a lot in Carrollwood recently. A lot of people move to Apollo Beach or Riverview from like the South Tampa area. St. Pete people moved to Palmetto and Parrish. So we just kind of have like evolved because our clients have gone everywhere.
Well, in the post-COVID market, also, it's like the affordability has become a big factor as well.
Right.
So rates are obviously a little bit higher than they were during COVID. And then you have the migration of people coming into the state. We're going to buy. Everybody that worked from home was like, well, if I'm going to work from home, I'll work from home in Florida, right? So you have a lot of people that are trying to get into these saturated markets. So they're having to go into the outskirts. So Palmetto, you know, kind of the outskirts of the Tampa Bay area to get more bang for their buck.
Yeah,
Because affordability is still an issue.
Brooksville, like going Citrus, going up north up there. Okay, I follow you, and I agree. Affordability is the huge thing, and that's why I think this thing we're doing temporarily, that 1% off the interest rate, is so freaking huge right now, because that's creating affordability, and I do believe the market is going to trend in the right direction. And Cindy and I talk about it when we do the stats. I'm wondering if you felt the same thing, Summer. January and February, like we were off to the races.
Yeah.
Things were moving. Rates were going, right? Rates were going down. There was activity.
We were saying on our Instagram, like we do buyer consults on Zoom, and we're like, hey, we only have like one space available for the next 30 days because we're like jammed.
Wow.
And then for us, we kind of like fell off for
Yeah. Well, when the bomb started dropping, the rest dropped off, and because of uncertainty in the market, which is why when like the lady asked me when I was driving here, what do you think the rates are going to do? And all I can tell her is this is what they were doing in our recovered market before these bombs started dropping. So I can only assume it's going to go back to that when this ends, especially if it ends in a good way. You know, if we have peace in the Middle East and we make a deal with Iran or something like that, it's only good for the whole world economy. So
volatility is typically not great for rate markets and things of that nature.
Well, people don't like, especially going into the summer. Nobody likes to pay $5 for gas. Let's be real. I know. Abel drives an SUV. I know what he pays for his gas over there. Which, speaking of, he needs more business, guys. Send him more business so he can put more gas.
So he can put gas in his tank,
please. So what else do we have on stats?
Well, before we run out, I do want to just touch on days on market, and I do think that buyers are not gone.
Right.
There are buyers out there.
Yes.
They're just hesitant. They're selective.
Yeah.
So I think the homes that you're seeing with the multiple offers, strategy is key right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the great marketing and price.
Right.
Listen to your agent and price well. The homes that are positioned well, they are moving.
Yep.
And
they're moving, it seems, with multiple offers and higher than list price. So clue for you guys. There you go. Find that house in Lake Marine. So let's see what else we got. We got a minute left. That's great news on stats, and Sen does live by the stats, so we like to look at those every single week just to see. And it's very surprising sometimes because we'll come in with the clickbait that says, "Oh, look at all the somebody sent me something the other day. Look at all the foreclosures in Tampa." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Are you guys seeing that?"
No,
I don't see it.
See, and that's the thing is I feel like sometimes stats can be manipulated or a little bit of fake news, right? Because you can take whatever out of it as you want. Like, so for example, after the hurricanes came through, a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago.
Yeah, year and a half ago.
Year and a half.
People are like, "Oh, look at all this inventory." It's like, okay, well, those are like hurricane damaged properties. Those
not
don't
quite
count
the same thing
in terms of your normal real estate inventory. Yeah. So the stats can be skewed at times. So, but again, if it's priced right, it's a good property. It's going to move. You're going to have multiple offers.
And you listen to your agent.
You know what people do? So because I don't mention condos, this is where they get their stats.
Right.
So they're like,
so you go to the listing appointment and they're like, oh, it's only going to take.
Hey, we're going to take a break on the Business Happy. When we get it back, we're going to learn all about summer on our last segment. Get ready. Summer's here.
Well, no, it's the price drop news. Oh,
Thank you,
Florida's
James.
sinking. And I'm like, where are they getting?
Got lost on that.
The stats on it. And
yeah.
So basically, for all you listeners on Instagram right now, Frank wants to sell his house, but I have two real estate professionals sitting here telling me that the stats are up and everything looks good. And I'm even going to listen to the days on market thing right now because 34 days, now, and I do know Carewood, it's moving and stuff, and I know Odessa should be moving, and I think I priced right and all that stuff. So, guys, I do want to sell my house. I'm just not desperate enough to take a lowball offer. So if you want to buy it, I want to sell it to you. And I'll show you everything cool about the house and maybe even throw in a pool table. So,
because you don't want to move it.
Have you done a walkthrough on Instagram yet?
No, I haven't.
I'm surprised. I could totally see that would be the first thing you do. Hey.
No. Well, oh, look, James. He looked at my house there. James, I'll cut you a deal.
I like the breezeway.
Thank you.
I know. I like to analyze.
I like the breezeway too. The breezeway is one of my favorite things. You actually get a breeze in the breezeway. It's pretty nice. But I'm going to do a walkthrough. I didn't. I'll be honest. It sounds terrible because I thought it was going to be gone in a week. So I'm like, I'm not going to go do all my stuff. I'll just let Billy do his thing. And yeah. Anyway. So
much for that.
So much for that. But and we can talk about this. But I want to go all into you on the last break. But I think we're not actually in the summer market yet, and that's kind of my feeling right now. And I'll say it when we get back. And then we'll go all into your story and you can throw out any more listings you want, whatever you'd like to do. All right, James, when you're ready, sir.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates.
All right, guys, back to summer. This show is all about summer. We've got summer on the show. We got summer coming. But here's something I said in the break that you guys didn't get to hear. And I would like Summer and Sen to give an opinion. And Abel, I guess we can talk too. But
sure.
I know we talk about the summer market. And I feel like I listed my house at the right time, a couple weeks before, quote unquote, summer. But I don't know. You two tell me. I don't think the summer buyers are really out there yet because I'm thinking this. Graduation. My nephew's graduating. I got a bunch of friends graduating. My daughter's graduating 8th grade. I got to do something this week. There's a lot going on right now in these last couple weeks of school that I don't think people have that focus yet where the kids are out and it's like, okay, I got to sit down and buy the house. And we kind of missed the spring market because of the bombs. You first, Summer. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's lagging this year in general. I mean, everybody always every year has graduations and things like that, but I don't think that, everything going on outside of the country, everything that's happening, I don't think helped anything. We kind of skipped over spring, so maybe we'll see a combined spring and summer market.
Ooh.
Multiple offers coming on that house.
Yes.
I
like it.
That's kind of my take.
What do you think, Zen?
Yeah, no, I love that. And yeah, I totally agree. So, I mean, I like how you said we kind of skipped it because, yes, the numbers show that we've just been lagging behind where we thought we would be. And typically, yes, our summer buyers, when the closings happen, that activity starts in the springtime.
Yes.
So, come April, typically it's, in full swing and we're at the end of May now and it's definitely lagging behind, but I love the idea that maybe we'll have a combined spring and summer. That'll be very exciting.
I think it's a lot like the holiday season, right? People only have so much bandwidth for their personal lives to then also try to buy a house, sell a house, stuff like that. So it's like, when you start getting into close to Thanksgiving and then the holidays, people are like, I can't deal with this right now. I don't want to move. I don't want to try to buy a house.
Well, my Christmas tree is up.
Yeah. Right. No, I do think so. So for all you buyers, let's get ready. But I want to go backwards here because we're on our last segment. Summer, tell us a little bit about you. I want to know about Summer Baker. Where'd you come from? How'd you get into real estate? And who are your favorite people to work with?
Cool. So I am from Ohio. Moved down here when I was 21, followed a boy that I met on a cruise.
Oh.
Imagine that, not Abel.
It wasn't me.
There's a song about that.
So it wasn't me. Yeah, I love that. I worked while I was in college, went to Ohio State. So I am a Buckeye through and through. Abel hates the OHIO thing. So anytime I get the chance to embarrass him.
It's so embarrassing.
I love to do that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I feel like even if you're not from Ohio, everyone knows the OHIO. Abel didn't, but now he does. Moved down here, finished school online. I was working for State Farm at the time, so went from claims, auto claims, to selling insurance. So lucky me, I have such a strong background in insurance, so I'm weird about my 4-point inspections and my wind mitigations and all of those fun things. And then one of my coworkers did real estate part-time, and she's like, oh, you should try it. I had just purchased a house with her. And my lender at the time, I love him to death, Ed. He told me, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get into real estate. And he's like, that's a terrible idea. Everybody's a realtor, which I now understand because I tell everybody that's a terrible idea. Everybody's a realtor. But I got my real estate license, and I think, honestly, I got my first commission check, and I was like, why am I doing insurance? Bye.
Yeah, instead of being $126.
So, yeah, right. Exactly. So I was in Punta Gorda at the time, so moved up to St. Pete. So I sold there briefly and then moved up to St. Pete, and I've been here for a decade. I don't feel old enough to say that, but yeah, been selling this market ever since.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you love what you do.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also like, you're the second agent that's told me this in the last 2 weeks. Somebody else said the exact words as you when I said, hey, where area do you work? And they said 100, an hour from the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I was like, that's a really interesting way to put it.
Well, it's hard because and during the height of the market, during COVID, everybody was like, oh, I want to move to Florida. I don't know where I want to be, but I need to be 2 hours from a major airport. And I'm like, okay, cool. That could be literally anywhere.
It's like the whole state of Florida.
That could be literally anywhere. So can you please come down and drive through the area? So that's kind of, it just evolved into the hour radius. It didn't used to be that, but now it just has to be.
No, I love it. And you work with buyers and sellers.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about listings? I know we have a few minutes left.
Yeah.
You talked about that townhouse.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a second.
1365. Again, it's stunning. There's nothing on the market like it. It's in basically West Shore Marina District. So you can walk to Hula Bay, walk to Salt Shack, walk to all of the cute little, the little smoothie shop and the ice cream place.
And that's really been built up recently. Some nice
has.
stuff.
And, we live in St. Pete. It's 10 minutes from me. It's 10 minutes from my office in South Tampa. So it's kind of like the perfect
Very
space
central for that
everything.
area.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And for them to reach you, you like them to email you, right? Summer@summersellsflorida.com?
Sure. Or my Instagram @RealtorSummerBaker. It's pretty easy too.
That's easy, @RealtorSummerBaker. And of course, now she's going to be on my Instagram, and we're going to put all the videos out for all you guys.
BFFs.
Yes, we are. And speaking of your real BFF, Abel. We only have a couple minutes left. Tell us real quick how you guys met, and what do you want to tell the listeners about mortgages?
So, Summer and I met. I was actually the in-house lender for the real estate office that Summer had joined when she moved to St. Pete.
Oh, I love it.
And kind of the rest is history from there, right? So I was her lender before we had started dating. So that's kind of how that
I always tell my clients, because I always don't want them to think that it's just my husband. I'm always like, he literally was my lender, my personal lender. Here's a picture of us on my closing day.
Oh,
he was my lender. So.
Man, you closed that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Always be closing. ABCs, baby. ABCs.
Oh my gosh. And that was a good one.
Good.
That was good.
So, but I'm Tampa native. Grew up in Tampa. Went to Villa Madonna, Tampa Catholic. Did the Catholic school thing.
Yeah, he's my rival.
That's right.
That's right. Yes.
We always used to give each other hard times at the basketball and football games.
Yes.
But Tampa native. Been in the business for over 20 years now. Started I think in 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
Back when everything was crazy, Wild Wild West. If you ever seen The Big Short, that movie.
Watch it.
Yeah. When they talk to the mortgage brokers, they're like, I closed 15 loans today. No income, no asset, ninja loans. It's like we were doing those, but the government was pushing them. We're well, Alan Greenspan has a high government salary. He says to sell the money. So he said it was fine.
He sure did. And then they made a movie. Spoiler:
it was not fine.
It was not.
It was not fine.
So we that is pretty much the end of the show.
Dan,
you guys,
let me jump in with one more chat.
Please.
Sorry. But since we're the business happy hour, I did see a stat just yesterday.
Yes.
There was a Wallet Hub study, and apparently Tampa is the #1 city for startups. And actually, there are 5 of our Florida cities in the top 10 list.
That's incredible.
So I just thought that was pretty great.
Yeah,
I think Orlando's #2, 3 Jacksonville, and St. Pete's in there at #5.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So yay, Tampa.
Yay, Tampa. That's where Abel and I are from, and we're going to keep selling here. I want you to go to Lincoln Lending Group for a website for Abel. I want you to call Sen at
813-755-REAL.
And Summer, you're going to go for the summer to summer@summersellsflorida.com, and she's going to get you taken care of. And I want you guys to go look at that townhouse, 1.3 with a view of the bay. Summer, you've done great. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. So much fun.
Anytime. Abel, great seeing you.
Great to see you as always.
Sen, everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week. All right, so that's the radio show wrap, guys. Instagram.